Hello Virgo, thank you for joining me just in time for your Virgo February 2022 reading and predictions. The readings here are different, good, and many people have asked me whether or not I do clairvoyant readings, personally, one-on-one. And the answer is yes. Just check out the information that's in the description box below and you can see how easy it is for that to happen from wherever you may be in the world. Anyway, let's see what there is in store for you, shall we, Virgo? And we'll draw our usual number of cards, which is 5, because 5 has a representation to me of change. And one thing we can be certain of in life is change. And you know, all change ultimately is good. In fact, I think it was Hamlet who said, in the play Hamlet, there, to his friend Laertes, there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. And how true that is. Anyway, let's see what there is in store for you. Now, the artwork on these cards, I think that you are going to really appreciate. There's Justice. The reason why I say that is because they remind me of the type of images that I would ordinarily find hanging up, King of Pentacles hanging up on an art gallery wall, to be honest with you. Don't really expect to see it in a deck of tarot cards. There's the Ace of Swords, wonderful Ace of Swords. What might this be here, do you think? Can you tell me? It's a Ten of Wands. Looks like a lady pushed down with flowers. Yeah, and let's see what there might be somewhere in here. This looks relatively undisturbed. And there is Temperance. Well, interesting indeed. Anyway, as is our usual practice, why don't you come now? Sit down here next to me. We'll have a good close look at the cards together while I do the reading for you. Right, let's have a look at this first major arcana first. And it is Justice. Well, what do you have to say to my friend here? Well, looking at the image, the woman in this card represents justice and law. She sits on top of a tall building wearing a long flowing golden robe symbolizing her authority. Now, from her position, she has a good overlook and can judge without distractions. Her hair consists of clouds and connects her with the sky, a symbol of wisdom and knowledge. In her right hand, she holds a sword, which stands for power and authority, and in her left hand, she holds a golden scale, which represents the balance of fairness and justice that she can achieve. She is a reminder that all actions have consequences. Now, I think that the sword represents the clear, creative mind applying and bringing realistic answers and solutions to your table. The sword represents strength and power that comes from justice, holding her inner balance, really. Let's have a look at that there. Now, justice represents keeping your inner balance centered as you live your life in the chaos of the world. Justice encourages you to look inside of yourself and identify any contradictions throwing you off kilter, balancing your intuitive self and your spiritual values with the conscious mind and your moral values brings inner strength and clarity to make just decisions. Now, I'm looking at this number here, the number 11. That, to me, represents vision, new consciousness, balance, heightened awareness, intuition, and insight. Now, justice works with all matters of earthly law, cosmic law, and karmic law. Justice integrates and balances these laws within her when she makes decisions that need to be made. Now, with this Justice card, you begin to take responsibility for your choices and actions, weighing and measuring your next move. You realize that the steps you take will not only impact you, but also others as well. Justice helps you live your life in balance without the inner tension of opposition. When unsettling situations in life arise, they can leave you hanging with seemingly no solution or leaving you with indecision. Your clarity and direction can become foggy, signaling a time to still yourself, to go within and just listen. The mind and heart will duel as long as you feed the fire. Let the sword of discernment and balance pierce the pool of the subconscious and the inner wisdom. And just think upon the poles of opposition and let them come to rest, because a solution will arise. It may be what you wanted or expected, and it may not be what you wanted or expected. But if it feels right in your body, heart, and mind, then you have the right answer. Justice represents the laws of nature, moral law, legal law, and the laws of the universe. She reminds you that there is divine justice. Her purpose is to be fair and impartial while seeking truth and answers to a decision. She encourages you to weigh matters carefully before making important choices that will affect you and others. Be a vessel for the divine light to shine through with the understanding of cosmic justice rather than just ego justice. Justice can bring forth legal matters and financial contracts. Review everything with scrutiny. Get all the facts, cross your T's and dot your I's. Justice brings the gifts of fairness, harmony, truth, honesty, reason, and balance. And I think a decision is going to be made. Now, there was another major arcana around here somewhere, I think. Here it is, Temperance. Wow, this is an interesting painting. Let's have a look at it. Now, here is Temperance. Well, this card shows a woman resting in a lush green garden under a red umbrella. Her white dress is a symbol of modesty and mindfulness. Now, she's sitting in a yoga position and spreading out her arms. The woman seems to melt into the surrounding environment of blended elements. There is a sense of harmony and moderation here. Her gossamer dress floats like water, showing that everything needs a light touch to stay in flow. The umbrella crowning her represents the need to take the higher path and to stay true to your life purpose. Now, the two doves here, I think what they symbolize is her balanced mind and her centeredness. She has found her peace within herself. Now, Temperance, I think, can bring transformation of an ordinary person into an enlightened one in some circumstances. And again, just looking at the numerology here, this is 14. Well, that is the number of mental foundation, imagination, and will. It is the number of the awakened spiritual self integrated into the material world. The visionary, the alchemist, if you like, who understands how the energy of nature, spirit, and humanity all work together. Temperance helps melt away conflict. Its magical elixir blends and balances energies, bringing rebirth of the self. In this process, you begin to integrate the spiritual and the material worlds of the conscious and subconscious self. Temperance combines and blends the mystical, masculine, and feminine energies to bring healing and promise. The process of creation moves stagnation and ignites the life force of imagination. You begin to explore and expand your inherent individual talents in the world. Now, do you know, temperance comes from the Latin verb to mix, and I think her job here is to flow the creative energies of opposites back and forth, balancing, combining, and recombining the components of life and spirit until they mix into the ideal mixture of solution, creating harmony, balance, and beauty. Now, as temperance flows with the inner balance of the cosmos, she guides you to blend and temper the energies of your inner and outer worlds to expand and embrace a higher purpose. Temperance is healing, inspiring, magical, and transformative. She brings balance, creativity, and energy to any project, relationship, or any endeavor you are pursuing. And temperance's calming energies can bring harmony and peace to anything that is in disharmony. Practice the art of temperance with your emotions, attitudes, and beliefs. The quiet, meditative energy expressed here slowly ignites the powerful life force within to birth magnificent creations. The energy of temperance is alive, magnetic, and beautiful, inspiring you to become the creator of your life. Well, what might we do next? I think we might have a look at the one that's underneath temperance there. Let's have a look at this. The Ace of Swords. Excellent. Oh, this is interesting. Now, let's have a look at this. This is the Ace of Swords here. Let's put it where it can be seen. Perfect. Okay, now, the Ace of Swords shows a man holding a large golden key in his hands. Now, he is facing you with clear, open eyes. His upper body is filled with sparkling stars, symbolizing the divine universe. Now, the man wears a hat with the spiral shape of the nautilus shell. That's seashell that's there. And at the center, if you can see it just in there, at the center in there is a small keyhole. That is a portal to the wisdom of the whole universe. The golden key is a symbol of the mind and intellect. Whoever possesses the key has unlimited knowledge and access to great wisdom, and getting to it can take a long time in your personal development. The high mountains, I think, which are here in the background, they show you the challenging ups and downs you have to face before being able to possess that golden key. But really, the energy that is here is a very constructive one. It brings mental stimulation and expansion of imagination. It is primordial energy of air, awakening inspired thought and activating the logos of the divine. Now, the ace symbolizes the birth of the intellect, bringing rational thought and aligning it with the enlightenment of spiritual awareness. It brings intellectual genius at some points, igniting groundbreaking insights of theories which you could have in the areas of science, art, music, and lifestyle, or just things around your home. The brain is enlivened with abstract concepts and inspirations that are directed into great creations of wonder, advancement, and good. The Ace of Swords blesses you with great imagination, creative and inventive inspiration, bringing magical eureka moments. Now, the key to this Ace of Swords is using your mental focus, clarity, and direction to achieve your goal. The gift of this ace is inspired intellect. Now, the ace penetrates into the deep subconscious of the soul self, bringing its wisdom to the light of consciousness. This ace plants the seed of courage, justice, honesty, and truth. It brings movement and the urgency to putting thoughts and ideas into action. Your mind is constantly absorbing information, changing the thought patterns of your intellect. The spiritual mind is always on the path of truth. Life challenges the clarity and truth in the mind with distractions and illusions, creating confusion and lack of focus. Well, the ace balances the challenges, directing your intellectual conscious back on course. Its gifts of perception, foresight, action, and power cut away the obstacles and also the fears blocking the clear, focused will. The Ace of Swords truly represents the concept of mind over matter. Now, this ace brings birth of potentials, foresights, possibly even the birth of a child. It represents new inspirational ideas, imagination, perspectives, and embarking on the adventure of intellectual exploration. If you are feeling stuck in doubt or blocked with a problematic situation, the ace cuts through the mental fears and the what some people call that crazy monkey mind of chatter with power, purpose, and clarity, bringing revolution. It brings success and victory through life's challenges, expanding your wisdom. This ace signals a time to seize the day, take action, and create new purpose in your life and align with your true destiny. We'll have a look at the Ten of Wands. Now, this Ten of Wands, sort of like an unusual energy that's going on here this month for you, I think. But looking at the painting, on a beautiful green meadow, a woman is carrying a mountain of flowers on her back. She is bent over under the heavy load that she has to carry, isn't she? She is so weighed down by her tasks that she is not able to enjoy the beauty all around her. There are 10 more flowers she has to pick, which will add to her overwhelming burden. This card may be telling you that you have taken on too much responsibility, you know. Because when this card appears as it does like that in that position with these other cards around it, you may feel at some point that you are overwhelmed, stressed, or challenged with the burdens of life. The heavy weight of responsibilities, endless tasks and commitments bring the realization that, well, you've taken on more than you can handle. As you struggle to advance, you feel like you are taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Now, feeling overextended, your energy is being depleted as the demands of life await your attention. Now, this can indicate almost that you kind of feel that there's a state within you. Your feeling is one of oppression, challenging you to transcend your present situation. Well, the key to the Ten of Wands is recognizing oppressive and non-productive habits and patterns, shifting and transforming them into new insights and empowerment. The gift of the Ten of Wands is breaking down karmic blocks, reclaiming and balancing your life force and expanding it into a world of action. You know, in a sense, this energy here, I think, can shine some light on the choices you've made that block your creative energy and life force. This is probably going to be coming as a result of this central energy of this Ace of Wands, which is demanding that you take insight and to regain clarity. Because this is saying that unless you do that, you may be suppressing your true talents. It can also indicate a personality that wants to be in control of everything, or a workaholic whose goal never feels totally fulfilled or complete. The cup always seems half empty, and precious life force wastes away. What fears are suppressing your progress? What distractions are you allowing to interfere on your true path? What boundaries do you need to create to honor your soul purpose? Well, the lesson of the Ten of Wands is to recognize and address outgrown karmic patterns. It can bring the heavy burdens of life, but it can also bring the opportunity to connect with your soul self, finding your life's true path to freedom and liberation. You are the driver of your physical vehicle. What happens to you on this earth plane is, however, unpredictable. But if you keep your center hub, that is your heart, your mind, and your spirit in alignment and balanced with your daily activities, you will navigate through any challenge successfully. So listen to your core. The Suit of Wands is fiery, masculine energy, and it needs to be contained and balanced to express itself in a productive fashion. Now, the number 10 that's here, that represents completion and new beginnings. And the Ten of Wands' mission is to stop the sabotaging and defeating patterns, transform your shadow aspect, and empower yourself to the next stage of growth. You are a spiritual warrior. Use the burning flame of the Suit of Wands and cast the light on past and present patterns, understanding how your choices create your karma and your destiny for the future. Well, I think that just takes us to the final card, I think, which is this King here. And he's the King of Pentacles, I assume, yes. Let's have a look. Justice, Temperance. So he's being influenced by those. Okay. Well, what we have here is, well, wearing a suit and a hat, the King of Pentacles looks the part of the smart businessman from yesteryear. He stands confidently on a deer's antlers, being able to handle every problem masterfully, as you are going to be able to do. The deer is a symbol of strength, leadership, and manliness. But don't be afraid of that if you're a woman. It's the energy of the masculinity that's coming into you, not the outward appearance or expression of it. And it also connects the king with the natural environment. Now, the golden coins with the imprint of, I assume, Julius Caesar here, from 2,000 odd years ago, symbolize the king's financial success. You know, the King of Pentacles is a father of the physical world, mastering material success and well-being. He esoterically embodies the element of fire, which I align with spirit, and earth, which I align with the body, balancing and integrating the fiery masculine life force with the feminine energy of Mother Earth, harvesting both the material abundance and also spiritual fulfillment. The King of Pentacles is the master of manifestation and success. He channels the divine light of spirit, infusing it into matter, producing a treasure trove of bounty. He is in tune with nature and the elements of the earth, and his mission is to create heaven on earth. The King of Pentacles is an avatar, if you like, of abundance and prosperity in the physical realm. His success and his wealth come from his strong focus and commitment. When he sets his mind on a goal, it will happen. He is a strategic thinker and planner with high standards, as well as understanding the law of universal timing. The King of Pentacles is a stable, trustworthy, wise person whose heart is generous, supportive, and open. He is a strong and competent leader following his life purpose. He has created a safe and flourishing kingdom surrounded by beauty that is full of opportunity. Now, when the king enters, as he has done here, I think he indicates a time of success and prosperity, perhaps an inheritance around accomplishment, promotions, raises, or financial gain may well be coming into your life. The king brings good health too, and physical recovery from illness. He asks you to listen to your body. Do your diet or personal habits need attention? Your home and environment become very important to you at this time. You may have an impulse to create a beautiful, serene, and welcoming home, maybe wanting to remodel, landscape, or plant a garden, even if it's just a few little pots of herbs around your sink if you're living in an apartment or a condominium. Now, he inspires you to be out in nature, even though it might be cold at this time of year, to breathe in the air and take in all its beauty. He reminds you that working with the earth's soil grounds scattered energy and brings peace to the soul. Now, the king can also represent a doctor, an advisor, or a counselor, or someone that you trust. He symbolizes talent and interest in the naturopathic, the homeopathic, or the medical fields in general. Make sure that you keep your health in good check during this time. You may find interest in the medicinal remedies of plants and herbs. The king's message is to find harmony in all facets of yourself, and you will find abundance and well-being. Well, that is the way it is for you this month. Fantastic, and I really enjoyed the artwork on these cards, I really must say. Now, if you want to look at more of the artwork, of course, just jump through to your rising sign or to your moon sign, and you'll see a spread of the different pieces of artwork and the different other signs as well. That's a thing that you can do that's there. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I love seeing you. Great to see you. And I hope you enjoyed, well, I know you would have enjoyed that as much as I did providing it to you. Now, remember one thing, of course, and it is this, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.